Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. When last we left our heroes, we took a big risk. We decided to push our way through door number 3, even though that would mean leaving people behind, so that we could have an opportunity to make sure we stick with June. This is going to hurt the trust of the team, of the rest of the group. However, it was necessary, so that we can do a run where we only do rooms with June. Because I have a feeling that's going to unlock one of the endings. Which is our goal right now, is to unlock new endings. Think where the red card was. Nothing here now. Right, that's where we got the red card. I already checked all 3 toilets, you know. Nothing unusual there. Ooh. Is that a... No, that's not a clock. That's like a... It looks like a temperature gauge. Oh, it's a thermometer. It's a thermometer. Can you get it off? No, it's screwed on the wall. Not anymore, it's not. The thermometer was screwed onto the wall. It meant that Junpei needed to take the screws out with the screwdriver. While he was so engaged, Santa suddenly spoke. Hey, Junpei. You know why thermometers only go up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit or 75 degrees Celsius like this one? Junpei answered without taking his eyes off the screw. Oh, can't say I ever thought about that. At 107 degrees, the cells in the human body start to die and the organs begin to shut down. The proteins in your cells start to harden. It's like when you hard-boil an egg. Even if you cool it down afterwards, it won't go back to being a raw egg. In other words, it's dead. That's why the thermometers don't go past 107. There's no point. Why had Santa brought that up, Junpei wondered. Oh yeah? He continued to work on the screw. But it's pretty rare for a fever to get that high. Even viruses and stuff don't usually drive body temperatures up to 107. Of course, there are other external things that could. Like what? Well, let's see. Something like getting locked up in a sauna? Or getting thrown into an incinerator and burnt to death. Huh, yeah, I guess that would get a little hotter than 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Not that that would ever happen! Ha 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 ha! Junpei gave a short barking laugh. A moment later, the screw fell off. With a small tug, Junpei pulled the thermometer from the wall. Alright, I got it! He looked up and saw Santa glaring at the blank section of wall. Huh? What's up? Nothing. Forget about it. Santa spun around and walked off away from Junpei. But as Junpei watched him go, he didn't look angry. He looked very, very sad. Thermometer! Oh, you took the thermometer off. It says open at the bottom of the gauge. Wonder what it means. Maybe when it gets hot, something will open? Alright, so we need to heat it up. Cool. Oh, hey! Another keycard. Huh? Looks like there's something down there in the grate. I think it's a card. Yeah, it's the blue card. Can't reach it, though. It's too deep. Oh, is it? Hey, Junpei, isn't that card kind of like the red card? Yeah, it looks similar. You're talking about the one we found in the toilet, right? Yeah. The red card floated, didn't it? Yeah, it did, so? Well, then the blue one probably floats too, right? Oh, yeah, it might. We don't have anything with water, or that can hold water, so we're gonna hold off on that for now. Hello, hello. There's a piece of paper stuck to this, tied to this with wire. Notice, drainage valve operation. Please do not flush the water in these pipes. Doing so may cause the drain to overflow. Oh, that's exactly what we want. How do we flush them? I don't get it. It looks like the flow of water can be controlled with these handles. I can't put any water through the pipe on the right, though. If we do that, it'll start overflowing the drain. That's what we want to do! Yeah, if I can get this hot water on the thermometer, then maybe... Alright, thermometer, let's get this party started. Yep, looks like it's doing the trick. There goes the gauge, and now it's at the open mark. Hmm? Huh, it opened. What's this? Looks like there's a piece of paper in here. 657 plus. 657 plus. That means you're supposed to add something to 657, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. The problem is, what to add. Alright, so let's see what the digital root of that is. Oh, right! There's an in-game calculator! 957 plus. No, give me the calculator back. Or the piece of paper back. Damn it. I forget where I put what buttons. There we go. 957 digital root. Digital root is 3. 9573. Let's write that down just for later, in case it's important. Luminol. Wait, you don't really think we're supposed to use the luminol here, do you? Yeah, it does seem kind of weird to use it here. But maybe I should try it just in case. Squirt, 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 squirt. Okie doke. Alright, now we need to turn off the lights. Interesting. There's a little slot here for swiping a card, so we probably need both cards. Where was the light again? Oh, it's over here. Oh! It's left, left, right, left, right, left. 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 Interesting. Just like you thought, Junpei. There's some more letters showing up on the LLR, see? It says LLR, LRL. Alright, so that makes me turn on lights back on. This pipe on the right here must be connected to the drain in the middle of the room. If you turn on the water here, it'll probably come up through the drain. Then I'm trying to, but I don't know how to do it. There's size handles for adjusting the valves. Looks like each handle has 3 positions, left, center, and right. Alright, I've got 6 handles here. Each one has got 3 positions, left, center, and right. And they all started down. Each one's got 3 positions, left, center, and right. On the note it said, doing may cause the drain's overflow. How am I supposed to get it started, though? I don't understand. Oh! No, there's left, left, right, left, right, left. Oh! Well, I did what it said on the wall. Wonder if it actually did anything. Hey, this drain's acting up! What the hell did you do? I just messed with the valves a little. Nothing big. Jumpy, the card is floating! Looks like the water floated the card out of the drain. It's supposed to be the water flowing through the pipe on the right. There's water pouring out of the drain. Alright, that's our blue key card. Wait, this one has a symbol on it. It's specifically that one symbol, the symbol for Mercury. This is the symbol for Mercury, isn't it? There's an elevator right outside the big hospital room. I think the same symbol was on that card reader next to it. That's right! I guess that means we're not supposed to use this card in this room. Do you really think so? You don't think maybe we need it for this room and for the elevator? Probably. Alright. Blue key card. Oh, hey, blue light came on. Red key card. Huh? The blue light was just on, but it's off now. And the red light's on instead. Guess we need to swipe the red card first and then the blue card. Alright, we'll do that. There we go. Good job, Jumpy, but the lights are on now. Now you just need to put the password. What password? 3? Both lights are on. We should be able to enter the password now. What's with the E and C keys? E means enter and C means clear, I think. So after you put in the password, hit E. If you screw it up, hit C. Enter. Okay. Clear. 957. Clear. 9573. 9 plus 5 plus 7 equals That's a too high of a number to add to the last digit. Paper from the thermometer. This is 957 plus. What if I wrap this toilet paper around the broom? $634. Okay. 634. So if you wrap the toilet paper around the broom, huh? Looks like you got symbols lined up perfectly. It says 634. I forgot the toilet paper had those symbols on it. Right. Alright, so 634 plus 957. Let's go ahead and just bring up the calculator because I'm a lazy bastard. No, wrong button. There we go. 957 plus 634 equals 1591. Alright, let's input that. 1591. Error. Huh. It says 634 plus. Paper found from the thermometer, it says 957 plus. That's a little strange. Let me double check to make sure I put the numbers in right. 957 plus 634. 1591. Maybe there's more to it. Let's keep looking around. That's where we came in. I guess it's not locked, but there ain't really any point. All that's out there is a numbered door. We can't go back to the numbered door even if we wanted to. A divider between the stalls. The other side of this wall. No, I don't want to think about that. Wooden box, nothing else interesting in here. A thick pipe that stretches down from the ceiling. Oh, I guess I need the bucket for something. What do I need bucket for? Dividing wall separates toilets. Lever over the tank, nothing happens when I pull it though. Nothing. Doesn't flush. Well, because the tank's empty, genius. The pipe supposed to fill it must be clogged. Well, couldn't you just get some water and pour it straight in there? Oh, well that works. Let's do that. There's water flowing out of the drain where we found the key card. Yes, and I have a bucket. Fine, we'll use the shower heads. Use the showers. Maybe I can use the shower here to fill the bucket with hot water. Hey, Seven, could you turn on the shower? I'm gonna put the bucket under the head. Okay, sure thing. Bucket filled with hot water. It's filled with water. Try not to spill it, okay? It's heavy. Okay, I'll carry it. There's something that looks like tar in the toilet bowl. If I flush the hot water from the bucket, that should clean it up. Oh, so I'm supposed to flush it from the thing. Okay. Gotcha. I forgot about the tar, too. That's what happens when you take a break mid-puzzle. Alright, so I just pour the hot water in the tank, and... looks like you filled it. Now you should be able to flush it, right? There's probably a handle somewhere in the tank you can pull. You think so? Serious? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Some pipes. They're connected to the tank in the toilet. Alright, let's flush the hot water. Well, there it goes. Just like a toilet should work. 185. Oh, so we need to add 185 to this. 5. Okay. That stuff's washed off. Looks like the writing was numbers, see? 185 equals. What is this? You got me, it just looks like numbers. Alright. Let's go ahead. Wrong button again. There we go. 957 plus 634 plus 185 equals 1776. Cool. One 776. Cool. Got it right. Open sesame. You found it. Way out is achieved. Outside the shower room was a hallway that extended off to the left and right. At the right end was a large iron door. They moved a few steps toward the door when Junpei heard the sound of metal on metal. Hey, Yoshikev! And I did find it. They turned around. Seven was doing something in the door of the shower room. What are you doing, Seven? Well, I figured we might want to come back here sometime. Math puzzle without a single digital root? What a ripoff. It's true. It's true. Hey, Kirby. Ugh. That was the sound of my knuckles cracking. Sorry. So I stuck the broom in there to keep the door from shutting. Alright, let's go. With that, you stood up and began walking down the hallway. Brushed past Junpei and kept going. After a moment, the rest of them followed. Before long, they found themselves at the large iron door. They had only been there for a moment when June spoke up. Jumpy, look! He turned. There on the right side of the hallway was a piece of paper attached to the wall. Junpei ran over and peeled it off. It's a map of the ship's interior, said C-Deck on the upper left corner. What he could tell was a map of the floor they were on. There would be time to look at it later. Junpei folded the map and stuffed it in his pocket. Back at the door, the four of them lined up in front of it. Sansa stepped forward, grabbed hold of the door, and then turned to look back at the rest of them. Ready? I'm gonna open it. They nodded. Sansa nodded back and threw the door open. All four of them leapt through. It took only a moment for them to realize where they were. They had been there only a short time ago. Oh, this is gonna be an awkward reunion. It was a large hospital room filled with countless beds. Lotus and Clover looked up as they entered. Ace was there as well, though he looked like he had only just woken up. The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus and Clover headed straight for him. As she neared him, Lotus drew back her hand and slapped him, open-palmed, across the face. To be fair, kinda deserved it. How could you do this to us? Her face was furious. She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them. Knock it off! We got bigger shit to worry about right now. His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go after one last vicious shake. What? Go have a look. I stuck the screwdriver in the door. No, you stuck a broom in the door! That door over there, the one without a number. Oh, never mind. So long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. Seven also explained how they might find the shower room, and how he'd use the broom to ensure the door remained open as well. Then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door? Yeah, that's about the size of it. What the hell is in there? You'll know when you see it. Lotus and Clover looked at one another for a moment, then nodded and stepped through the door. But then Ace had made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who only just woken up from a lengthy slumber. Oh my goodness. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though. Ace shook his head weakly. Should I go as well? Seven nodded. Very well. Ace followed Lotus and Clover with his stiff, tired gait. Wonder if it's going to change anything now that we found her brother so quickly. I mean, I think we still have to go through 7 and 8 eventually. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he'd heard it, he never got used to it. Oh, this is all repeat stuff. Okay. We're officially repeating content now. We're establishing how we think Snake died. Although it was not Snake. Yeah, I'm gonna go with, of course. It's possible. Dum 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 dum. Alright. Oh, it's not letting me skip. Huh, interesting. We didn't go through doors 7 and 8. Interesting. But we have to eventually, don't we? He stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury key card. He'd found the card while investigating the shower room. He took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. It made a small beep and the lights on the reader blinked to life. Now they were ready. 7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator. This is a different path, definitely. There were only 2 floor buttons that they could push, the C and the bottom buttons. The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed. Now, we went through these elevators in the previous run, but we didn't go through them yet. We waited a bit. Or actually, it was time was offset a bit. But anyway, Junpei hit the bottom button. The door closed. Slowly, they began to move forward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw the hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end, but not a regular dead end. This is a numbered door. Yeah, it's door 2. Immediately, they began to discuss who would go through it. Their earlier experiences had shown them that they would meet again regardless of which numbered door they took. As a result, there were no arguments this time. Instead, they concerned themselves with who would be sent in to investigate what was beyond the door. The first volunteer was 7. Junpei followed suit, which meant Lotus was, by default, the 3rd member. Oh, okay! There's no discussion here! We're just like, door number 2, we're going! Alright, we're taking off. Okay, please be careful. Jesus, you 2 are acting like you're married, you know that? June blushed. So did Junpei. Perhaps in an attempt to hide his emotions, he quickly turned away to pull the lever on the red. So much for door 1! Yeah, I guess. Well, I wasn't planning on doing door 1 in this playthrough. That was originally the plan, but then I kept going with June because I was really interested in going into door 3. So, this is my June run. However, they're making it so I can't go with June here. The door opened. As they'd come to expect, there appeared to be a short hallway on the other side. Alright, let's go. Lotus was the first through the door. 7 was next, and Junpei brought up the rear. I don't remember. Did I go through door 2 last time? Don't think so. I might have. I don't have it written down, but that's because I forgot which door I went through. Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets. It stopped. Yeah, it stopped. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. 7 and Lotus were breathing hard and fast. It was the 3rd time they'd been through this process, but they had yet to grow accustomed to it. Not that Junpei wanted to. He planned to finish this game before he got a chance to let imminent death become commonplace. Junpei looked around again. There was a short hallway with 5 doors along the walls. There were 3 doors along the left wall. Think we only saw door 2? It could be that we've been here before. Yeah, I did choose door 6. That's right. Okay, so let's write that down so I don't forget. We did door 6. That was the one with June. I wanted to specifically go down one of the doors with June because at that point we hadn't done it yet. So we did 6, and now we're doing 2. So I'll write that down. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 2 doors that we haven't gone through that I know of, and I'm including door 9 in that. And it's possible that we might have only 1 door, which might be door number 1. I'm not sure. There are 3 doors along the left wall and a single one on the right. In the end of the hallway, the 5th door was covered by a thick metal plate. Junpei didn't think he'd be able to open it. After taking a look around the room himself, Snevin spoke. Alright, let's get started. I think we'd better split up. You two okay with that? Yeah, no problem. Sure thing. Snevin nodded at them and stepped to the room closest to him. Lotus looked at the doors for a moment and headed for the one in the center. At last, Junpei was left alone. Well, I guess I gotta get started too. He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Seek a way out. Confinement room front hallway. Confinement room? Oh, this is a prison area. There's a dirty blanket on the bed. Man, this is a mess. It's not even a bed anymore. Can't say I want to sleep there. Oh, did I go in the same room he did? Oops. Well, I'm guessing it's important. The toilet paper tube, huh? I seriously doubt I'm going to need this for anything. Well, this part is thinner than the rest. In fact, it doesn't really look like it's part of the rest of this thing. This rod feels loose. Maybe if I give it a couple turns. There we go. Screwdriver shaft. Oh, we're gonna build our own screwdriver. Hey, this is a screwdriver shaft. It's missing a handle though. Even if we run into a screw that fits, we're gonna have a hard time without a handle. Yeah, if we can find a handle, maybe will you do us some good. Oh, that's a symbol. A symbol on a toilet lid, huh? Seems a little fishy to me. It's a sun symbol, but it doesn't look like the ones on the doors. It's a sun symbol. Damn, this toilet's pretty nasty to begin with, but the inside's even worse. Honestly, I'm amazed you can bring yourself to touch it. There's way nastier stuff out there in the world than this gross toilet. You're a real deep thinker, aren't you? Oh my, what's this? What the hell's this supposed to be? Like a drawing of a whirlpool or something? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it's trying to look like water. And there's a little tile in the train. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to pull it out of there. We'll have to use our heads on this one. Alright, let's figure this thing out. Huh? Looks like the water doesn't work. Doesn't matter how much Seven tries to turn the thing, no water's coming out. Has water been shut off from somewhere else? Alright, so we need to fill it up with water, probably. Drawing on the mirror that looks kind of like a spring. The chair's pretty old. If Seven sat on it, it'd probably break. Huh? You say something? Nothing at all. Huh? What the hell? It's not opening. There's something up with this drawer. It looks like it's screwed in. I don't trust it. You don't trust the drawer. Okay. Good on you. Ooh! This one has a different drawing on the mirror. Somebody made some blue wavy lines on the mirror with blue paint. Is that a drawing of a blue scarf? No, maybe not. The drain is kind of a weird shape for a drain. You think they'd make it this shape for a reason? Or just for fun? There's no knob on this faucet. There's no way we can get water out of it like this. If we can find a knob or something that'll work as one, then we might be able to get water to come out of this thing. Alright, so we need something to turn that so we can get water for the other one. And this looks like a chair for prisoners. It's rusty, but I don't think it's going to be a lot of help. Isn't that obvious? Look, I don't want to touch anything unless I have to. Lotus is not having this. Does she really not want to be in this room that bad? It's a prison room. What do you expect? There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah, something's not right, though. That handle in the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It looks messy. Why don't you take it out? Center room drawer. Hey, what's this? So there's a mirror on the other side of the drawer. Interesting. Looks an odd shape, but it looks like someone attached to the handle with a screw after the fact. Alright, so that's one of the things we need to do is complete the screwdriver so we can unscrew that because it looks like it's the handle for the thing. Oh, hey. Towel. It's the combination of the two pictures. Well, it looks like a towel. I have to wonder if the design means anything, though. Maybe you should consider what the design might be. Perhaps that'll give us a hint. Bed looks so cold. Pretty sure you'd freeze to death in the winter. No kidding. If I tried to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're that young anymore. That shouldn't really matter. My, Junpei, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry, you're right. Dry skin is the woman's worst enemy. Ship is modified after Titanic, right? What prison room's doing there? I think that most, like, really, really big ships have confinement rooms. They're not technically prison rooms. This many, though, is a little strange, but I don't know enough about ship building and everything like that to be able to tell you if it is that strange. This paper seems pretty old. Ew, how can you touch that? It's horrible. Well, it's not like I've really got a choice, do I? It's not like I want to. Nephew's toilet paper? Well, it's old and it's kind of grossing me out, but there's nothing suspicious about it. Oh, hey, a moon. A moon? What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy, but it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? So this is the room with the moon, and the other one's the room with the sun. Wait, this. It's just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. Alright, let's leave this room for now. Let's move on. There are other places to explore? This room's weird. I can barely see a mirror coming through from light coming through the ceiling. It would be nice if that mirror was a little lower down. It looks like it's the same height as the mirror on the right. I wonder what that means. If that means anything. Yeah, this mirror is way up high. This mirror seems really high. In fact, it's so high that it's kind of hard to see your reflection in it. It's a sink, but there's no light shining on it. It's hard to be sure because it's so dark here, but I don't think there's anything going on with this sink. The faucet is too hard to turn. Toilet paper. It's still white enough for me to know what it is, even in the dark. There's nothing out of the ordinary about it. I just barely make out the string for the toilet, but I can't get a hold of it. Damn it! It kind of pisses me off that I can see it, but I can't touch it. 14 equals E. We'll write that down. 14 equals E. What is this? 14 equals E. It probably means a 14 somewhere represents an E, but I don't know what 14 that would be. Yeah, it looks like a dirty toilet, but it's too dark to tell. The light's barely enough to see by. I feel like I'm gonna see a ghost here or something. It's a blanket. Not a really great one, but still. Ah! God damn it! No matter how hard I pull this damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be opening it at the same time soon. It doesn't look like it's got a keyhole, and there doesn't seem to be anything stopping it. How the hell am I supposed to open it? Oops, not that. I want to look at the chair. A simple chair where the light's gonna shine. Alright. Is this emergence? There are a bunch of tiles on the door that spell out emergence. Emergence? Maybe it means we need to emerge out of here? Open the door then! Emergence probably means to emerge or to escape from here. Do we need to do something with these tiles to open the door? Let me! God damn it. Fine. There's a door in the back. I wonder where it goes. I thought of that and I tried a couple things, but yeah, same result. Guess 7 wasn't about to do anything. Oh well. So that's really all I've got so far, huh? Okay, then back to the rooms. Let's see what we can find now that we've do a second lap. There's a spring at the bottom of a river. Yeah, I guess I can see that. Are you talking about the towel you've got? Yeah, I guess it does look like that on the thing on the mirror. Yeah, the spring in the towel has gotten me indicating the picture on the mirror. And the mirror is indicating the sink, right? But the picture looks like a spring with water and the sink's all dried out. No water comes out of this faucet, even if you turn the knob. There's a tile stuck in the drain. Okay. There's a pair of screws screwed into the desk, right on top of the drawer. Doesn't matter how old this thing is, we're gonna have a tough time if we just try and break it open. It's probably gonna be a pain, but I think we need to figure out a way to get those screws off. There's a pair of screws holding the drawer in place, so I can't do anything without a handle. Where have I seen a handle? Well, there's a handle in the drawer that I've got, but that's not really very useful. Because I need a screwdriver to get that off, and that's not the right handle. Let's go back to the towel. Look at this. Looks just like part of the design of the towel. Do you think that means anything? On the towel, it looks like water is flowing from the river to the spring. Do you think that means we need to make water flow from here? Maybe I need to go back to that dark room. Oh, we took the drawer out and nothing happened. Of course, there's no way you could hide a puzzle in something that small. Yeah, I know. Still. Still seems like something they might try to do. What's that? It looks like there's something. Huh? It looks like there's something in there. Damn, no dice. Doesn't matter what angle I get at it from, I can't see anything in there. What, really? I need to light it. Interesting. Okay. This toilet is disgusting. Don't expect me to touch the thing, do you? If you don't want to, then don't do it, alright? This toilet is vile. Unsurprisingly, Lotus refuses to go anywhere near it. Yeah, I've used toilet paper. Oh, I never pulled the thing in the other room, did I? Let's check that out. Alright, and then we'll go back to the darker room. Because there's a chance I've missed something there. Hey, this handle's pretty loose. Loose? You think it'll come off if you pull on it? It fell off. Huh, look at this. The handle doesn't really fit on the string. Maybe it wasn't meant to be attached to it. There we go. So if I just stick the metal rod in the handle... Screwdriver! Use a screwdriver on the screw in the center of the handle. Maybe I can. Aha! Everything is coming up our way now. And we get to unscrew this pot. Sweet, got the screws off. Now we can open the drawer. There's nothing in here. Well, maybe the drawer is what we need. The drawer, huh? Alright, let's yank the thing out. Incredibly useful tool to keep a door open. Actually, where would you even get it? This one doesn't have a mirror on the bottom like this one does. Wait, does it have something on the back? There's a bump on the back. I wonder what it's for. Maybe there's a hole somewhere these bumps line up with it and trigger a hidden switch or something. Hey, we've seen weirder stuff. Doesn't seem that far-fetched. Okay, so now each of the drawers are special. They are there for a reason. But what we're going to do now is use the knob. Sweet, the handle I got off the drawer fits in the faucet perfectly. Now I can turn the water on. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet didn't have a knob on it when you found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Anytime now. Hey, the water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Whoops, let's turn it off for now. So, did anything change? The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Junpei, I'm leaving this one to you, alright? Yes, but now something might have changed in the other room. Ta-da! Tile. So we've got this tile, and it's got these red, blue, and gray lines. What does this stuff mean? Hell if I know. There's a 14 on it! It's a 14! So this is E. What's that mean? Junpei put the wet tile in his pocket. He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him. He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead. Hey, what's going on? Oh my god, anime disease is contagious. You okay, man? He was concerned. He'd never seen Seven like this before. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs. Yeah, I'm fine. I just got a little dizzy, that's all. His face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his shirt. I wouldn't have noticed it at first either until I realized, wait, 14 equals E hasn't come into play yet. It was many things, but fine was not one of them. Are you sure? You don't look so good. Seven didn't answer. Half of his face was twisted, as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally he spoke. What am I doing here? His words made no sense. What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot. No, that's not what I mean. He shook his head several times, as if trying to clear something from it. It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back. I think I've been here before. Huh? I said I've been in this room before! You were here? When? Why? Aoi. Light. Nona. Suddenly Seven was mumbling to himself, and these were words Junpei didn't understand. Seven's hoarse voice trailed off, and Junpei couldn't make out what he said. What the hell was that? Seven's brow furrowed furiously, and he ground his teeth back and forth. It's right there. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't. Seven stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran his hand through his hair, and suddenly looked up, his eyes wide. That's right! An experiment! There was some kind of experiment going on this ship. An experiment? What sort of experiment? They were trying to control people, or something like that. Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he had simply stared at Seven continued. Aoi, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. Wait, someone was literally named 9? Yeah, that's fair. Thank you, Kirby. I was going to write those down myself, actually. And that's what he just said, is that their names. Those were names. Well, some of them. The kids that were there. In the experiment, I mean. Oh, fantastic. One of them was named Nona. That's a bad thing. I think there were 4 or 5 more. I don't remember all their names. Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here. Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly about the room. He looked confused. As far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches to his movements. Kirby, you might have made a very, very important observation when you asked about what all the prison rooms are doing here. I don't think this was just a boat that some rich person had. I don't think this is the first time it's been used this way. Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceutical. Those kidnapped kids. Was I working that case? I knew it! I knew Seven was a cop! Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei. Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped. He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise and began to mumble to himself again. The hull's gone. No, maybe it was a different room. There's gotta be a ton of rooms on this boat that looks just like this one. At last, Junpei couldn't contain himself no longer. What exactly do you remember? Well, maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here? Seven stood up slowly. Well, it's not like I really remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense. I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces, then. Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important. Seven drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke. From what I can remember, I think I was a cop. A cop? Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago. You remember that, right? It was all over the news. Yeah. I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. Where have these 16 boys and girls disappeared to? I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared. Nobody knew why. It was all over the TV and newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it? Yeah, that was what it looks like. And I guess I found something. There's this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceutical that had something to do with these kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for them. He told me a ship would be leaving that night, with all the kids on it. They were going to be taking some kind of big passenger ship somewhere out in the ocean. Holy shit! And so Seven had headed to the wharf. He kept to the shadows, and before long found the suspicious ship they were looking for. There were a number of human shapes moving near the ship. They were the men in black suits. Many of them were carrying large bags to the ship. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they carried. There could be no mistake. There were human beings in those bags. He had moved before he even realized he was going to. Out of the shadows he came, his gun already in his hand. He heard the words, "Don't move," but they weren't his. What's the significance of the name Nona? They actually discussed that in the last stream. Nona is 9. Kind of like Uni or Uni is 1, and that kind of thing. So the Nonary game is literally the ninth game, or 9 game, or something. So the fact that one of the children was named Nona, like Nonary, yeah. Guessing that has to be 0. He felt metal touch the back of his head. "Drop your gun," came a cold voice from behind him. With the words, he felt the cold metal thing behind his head pressed against his skull. "Give me a moment." Big sneeze. Ow. Okay, I'm good. Slowly, Seven crouched down and laid his gun on the ground. Then suddenly, he felt a sharp pain in his neck. A needle. Was it some sort of drug? As he was thinking about that, Seven felt his face hit the cold concrete beneath him. He could feel the chill of it seeping into him. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Seven woke up to find himself lying on a hard floor. They would definitely have a motive. Yep. He twisted his neck to peer around the room. Where am I? There was a small shabby bed and a dirty sink. A toilet with no stall or privacy of any sort. As a cop, it was a place Seven had seen far too often. I'm in a cell, huh? Opposite the toilet was a door set in the wall. Seven struggled to his feet and hobbled towards it. He gave the door a good shove, then another, then tried pulling it. It didn't open. Well, that was about what he'd expected. It wasn't likely that someone would put him in a cell only to leave it unlocked. He threw himself against the door a few times, but no avail. I knew it. Seven grumbled to himself as he moved back toward the bed as he sat down. Sorry, sometimes I make these seem like run-ons because I don't pay attention to the punctuation until too late. He sat there for a very long time. Just how long he wasn't sure. At last he began to nod off, and had nearly fallen asleep when he was roused by a distant voice. It's 9. The voice was far away. Very far away. Seven couldn't understand what it was saying. Nonetheless, it was a voice, and a high one. Most likely a child. His eyes shot open. Over here, King! As he listened, he could pick out several different distinct voices. There were at least 5 or 6, possibly more. Where were the voices coming from? He looked around the room frantically. Perhaps the door? No, that wasn't it. What? Oh, now! Was it coming from the left? Was it coming from under the bed? He grabbed the bed and flipped it up with ease. It wouldn't make that much noise. There it was. There's a hole for ventilation in the wall where the bed had been, covered with a metal grate. Seven lay down on his stomach and peered through the grate. He couldn't see anything. It was too dark. Now that he'd found it, however, there would be no doubt this was the source of the voices. For a moment, he was confused. Why were there children nearby? Then he remembered what the man from Cradle Pharmaceutical had told him. How a ship would take the kidnapped children from the wharf to a waiting passenger liner out in the ocean. Was Seven on that passenger liner? It didn't matter. What mattered was that he had to find a way to the children. Seven looked at the metal grate. Could he fit through that hole? He stuck his fingers through the grate and grabbed hold of it. Ha! I knew it. A man with his strength couldn't be held back by screws. Yeah. How'd you like that, you son of a bitch? A dark square sat open before him. Seven wiped the sweat from his forehead and crawled inside. We were suspicious of Seven because he didn't have a memory. However, rather than my theory that he was somehow being manipulated by Zero, maybe it's not that he didn't have a that Zero needed him to not have his memory so he could rediscover certain things. But still, why would Zero put Seven in a situation where he might be killed? Unless, one, he trusts him to be strong enough to not be killed, because this is operating on the theory Zero's one of the kids that we think Seven saved. I'm making a lot of assumptions here, though. So, keep in mind, this is all grain of salt. Okay, so scenario is, I think, played out. Seven managed to save some of the kids. 3 of them at least. That's why he remembers their names. One of them was probably Zero. So Zero puts him in this game. One of two things. Either one, he thinks he needs Seven to be here because Seven is going to be the one with the experience needed to be able to help solve the mystery of what's going on. Or two, something screwed up and he does blame Seven for part of the problem, which means Seven might not have succeeded in saving as many kids as he could have. It's possible Zero has a grudge against him for that. But I'm making tons of assumptions, so let's move on and find out what they tell us. Junpei waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He'd gone silent, simply stared off in the air, his eyes blank. Hey, what happened after that? He'd waited long enough, but Seven shook his head. I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think... Oh, no! That's the incineration room. And I think I found some kids, too. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Why can't I remember what happened next? Oh, man. What happened to the kids, Seven? Did you save them? I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I've got this feeling. I think one of the kids died. A girl, I think. Uh-oh. Huh? Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw on it a look of sadness, the likes of which he'd never seen on a man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly as if he were fighting back tears, and he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke. Anyway, just... please don't ask me anymore, okay? I really don't remember anything else. After that, Junpei could hardly try to force answers out of the other man. There was nothing more he could do. Instead, Junpei turned his mind to trying to make some sense of what Seven had told him. The children who had been kidnapped 9 years before. Apparently a company called Cradle Pharmaceutical had been behind the kidnappings and had taken the children to the ship where they are now. We know Ace is the CEO, and he was the CEO before when this happened, because we got the note from the previous ending. Oh dear. Ace is even more of a villain than we originally thought. They had been brought to the ship for an experiment. Something to do with controlling human beings, Seven had said. The 16 other children who'd been kidnapped were the subjects for the experiment. Seven had said 3 of their names were Aoi? Aoi? I really don't know how to pronounce that. Aoi? Well, Light and Nona. I would love for someone to tell me how to pronounce it, actually. That was the new information. I also learned that Seven was, or had been, a police officer. Still, there was little he could do with this new information. He learned nothing about Nonary Game or Zero. He had no idea why they had been brought to the ship that had been the site of those experiments 9 years before. Junpei couldn't forget what Seven had said. The purpose of the experiment had been to control human beings. Could such an absurd experiment really have been conducted? Before long, Junpei realized he had spent quite some time deep in thought. No time for that, he chided himself. He had work to do. Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and returned to the investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Alright, let me look over some of my items. This is probably just a hint about the water being connected. So I'm not worried about that. This drawer, however, with the mirror. I don't suppose it'd do anything, just reflect some light into the door with this, huh? If it was that easy to open the door, we wouldn't be in this mess. Using the mirror to shine light on things isn't a bad idea, but I don't think it's going to help us here. Oh, but it will in here! Multiple mirrors, of course! Mirrors hanging at the same height as the one on the right. In the other room, the river and the spring went together to solve the puzzle. Does that mean there might be a similar puzzle with this mirror? Well, there's nothing else apart from the mirror. Maybe I just need to pair something with the mirror. Yes, I have a mirror in my hand. Oh yeah. Oh, I can click the light itself. We can probably use this mirror to reflect the light. No, I just gotta figure out where to reflect the light. Maybe if I go somewhere that's a little easier to shine light on. So if I shine this light on the mirror in the back... Oh! I get it. If I shine the light on the mirror, a symbol appears. The left one has the sun, the right one has the moon symbol. I'm gonna remember this. Alright, I'm gonna actually draw that. And then the moon symbol. There we go. Let's shine it over here. I'm gonna shine the light on the mirror in the back. 4 and 7. So a sun equals 4 and the moon equals 7? Is that a number? So if I shine the light on the mirror, then I get to see some numbers. I can see a 4 on the left and a 7 on the right. 4 and 7. Okay, it's nice to see the sink lit up, I guess. It shows me is the pipe. There's nothing special about this toilet paper. I don't really think I need to bother with it, shining any light on it. I can see the partition over there. It seemed pretty pointless to bother examining it. Okay, so I think we got what we needed? It's a sink, but there's no light shining on it. Alright, let's go back to the door. Actually, wait. Door just open. I wonder if it's part of a puzzle. Alright, so now the desk drawer is probably the next thing that's important. Sorry. Because the desk drawer has marks on the back. Or bumps on the back. There's a bulge in the wall. Oh, thanks. Oh, that might be to lock this area down. Emergence, huh? Let's see if the tile matters. The tiles we found and the tiles here are the same sizes. When I touched the tiles on the door, I felt something weird. Huh? I can move these tiles. Then that means maybe if you swap the tiles, we get the tiles on the wall. Something will happen. I suppose now we just need to figure out what the strange designs on these tiles mean. At any rate, we should look for all the tiles that are the same size. You're right. Let's meet back here after we've done a thorough search. Oh, there are more tiles. Goody. And I found one. Well, fuck me. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Oh, right! There was this desk drawer. We couldn't get into the inside of it. But if we put this in, it sounds like something falling. What was that? I heard it too. Let's open the drawer. Ah, I did get a tile from it. It's another tile 14. Have you taken a close look at this tile, Junpei? I noticed that the 3 red lines are actually on top of the other lines. The red lines? Yes. Yeah, it's another 14. So what we need is to replace all the E's with the 14 tiles. That would mean... this is probably the last place for the tiles. Drawer that doesn't open. I wonder if this is part of the puzzle. Wait, no. How many tiles do I have? I have 2 tiles. Mine! No. Didn't think so. Alright, let's go back and maybe... I doubt we have enough now because we probably need 3 because there's... Oh, 4. Wow. Looks like we should use the tiles here. But there are still rooms we haven't checked yet. Are there? Are there really? Door in the back won't open. No, there's no doors we haven't checked yet. It's a ceiling. I've seen a lot of ceilings in my time. I'd say this one rates about a 3. 3.5. Thanks, Junpei. You're the best. You're the best. Bestest friend. Chair's totally old. Dirty blanket on the bed. Bed is really dirty. Oh, right! I should check all the beds. Might find the room with the grate. It's probably not this one. This one doesn't look like the right. The bed looked even sadder without the pillow. So it's still a terrible bed. 3.5 out of what? Who knows? I'd never sleep in a bed like that. It's a bed without a pillow on it. That's pretty much it. Alright, let's check the dark room. Light's barely enough to see by. I feel like I'm going to see a ghost here or something. Damn it. It's a blanket. Not a really great one, but still. Alright, so the only other clue we have is the sun and the moon and the 4 and the 7. So, let's go back here. Back to the toilet. And it's just like the sun symbol we saw in that dark room. Yeah, that's right. There was some kind of number hint there, too. Think maybe the number was how many times we took a piss? Nah, it's gotta be how many times we flushed. How many times we flushed, you say? You can manipulate in this room with that string. Chances are they made this puzzle so someone wouldn't trigger by accident. Alright, here goes. Second pull. 2. 3. Third pull. Fourth pull. Alright, we're done. Did you hear something? I did, but it doesn't look like anything's happened here. Huh, wonder what that sound was. This toilet is vile. Unsurprisingly, Lotus refuses to go anywhere near it. It's the same as the moon symbol we saw in the dark room. Right, there's a number there too, right? Number, that's probably how many times you're supposed to flush. Ugh. I mean, how many times you gotta pull the string. So this is what the moon symbol is pointing to, huh? It probably made it so that someone wouldn't trigger it by accident. If that's the case. 1. Second time. Third time. Fourth time. Fifth time. This is the 6th consecutive time. And the 7th. Ah, I heard the click. There's that sound again. It happens whenever I pull the string a couple of times. Junpei, did you hear something from the other room? The other room? You mean from the dark room? Alright, dark room. It looks like a dirty toilet, but it's too dark to tell. Let's check the sink then. Sink, there's no light shining on it. Fine. Let's get the drawer out and shine some light in places. You don't need to shine a light on the hint anymore. Oh, never mind. Oh, maybe it opened this. Ha! Well, this drawer opens easily enough. And it's 2 tiles this time. Yep. And all of them say 14. So we need to replace the E's with the 14 tiles. Okay. Well, it looks like we've investigated all the rooms. The only mystery left is that door. Alright, let's crack that mystery then. We've got 4 tiles. There are a bunch of tiles that are the same size as up on the wall there. So we replace 4 of the tiles on the wall with the ones we've got. That should open the door. Well, there's only one way to find out. Boom. 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 Hey, did you just hear something unlock? Does that mean we got it right? Yes, it looks like we did. The 14 hidden on the tile. If you convert that to hexadecimal, it's an E. Basically, the E's in emergence are the 14s from the tiles. So if we replace it, it gives us the answer. Do you really care why it worked? Let's get out of here! Yes! Let's go! You found it! So, that seems like an excellent place to take our first break of the day. So get up, stretch, whatever you need to do to be able to keep watching comfortably. And I will be right back.